All right, so listen, guys, if you're excited, put it in the comments. Everyone here is already a distributor. You made the decision to start capitalizing off of the cryptocurrency markets. We are learning a skill that can pay us forever. No one has control or can take that skill away from us. So, when I refer to, some of the success that I've had within the 24 hours of using a system, I do understand that I may be saying bigger numbers, but I'm going to say that because I want you to understand what's eventually possible for you. And it all starts with $1 or $2. It all starts with $1 or $2. I was talking to Derica about this earlier. And I know sometimes when you throw big numbers around, it can frighten people. So I want you to understand this morning from using the system and what we're going to go through. I had a $5,500 morning. Is anybody else claiming $5,500 for the day? All right, using the strategy and the system. And I want you to understand, okay, that the way that you get there, it's always what the Bible says. Do not despise small beginnings. If you don't despise small beginnings, we understand that the goal with this opportunity is not to get you rich quick, okay? Not to get you rich quick, but to set you up with a 6 or 7 figure portfolio, okay? So if you're on this training tonight, if I was you, I would take some notes and I would be very attentive. A lot of times when people join into projects or in opportunities, they are waiting for, I don't know, to be entertained, I guess, but I'm not here to entertain you. I'm simply here to put you in a position, guys, to be financially free. If you want to be financially free, put it in the comments, okay? So everyone that is on here, for the most part, a lot of you guys, you got started and you have a iCoin Pro account. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go into that iCoin Pro account. I'm going to share my screen with you, all right? And we are going to walk through some of this together, okay? And I want to express something to you, and I'm going to continue to express it to you. My goal, even though we're learning a skill set, I think this will excite some of you guys. Even though we're learning a skill set, my goal is to work with you, okay? So when we go over this, for my people who this is a new concept to you, and it's like, I have no idea what the heck you're talking about. I want to be profitable in cryptocurrency. I want to experience a lot of success in cryptocurrency, but I have no idea how to do it. I want you to understand that the way that I do things, I understand that. And so the strategy that I took on when it came to this project is I'm going to treat you like you're my mom. Okay. So whenever I train my mom, right, normally I can't scream at her, any of that kind of stuff. So if she tells me to slow down, I have to slow down. Right. And so we want to take that approach moving into this project, because the number one thing that I want you to do is I want you to understand it. Okay. Somebody type, I want to understand it. But in understanding, some people understand things faster than the other person. And it's nothing wrong with that. So you understand what the goal is every single day. Okay. Every single day, me and whoever else that really master the skill of trading. And Derica, hopefully you letting these people come in, because they're coming left and right on the screen. It's distracting me, but I know that guys, I'm gonna tell you something too. When we do training, make sure that you set an alarm. And I don't care if you're in the bathroom or cooking or something like that, set the alarm and at least log on, because eventually I'm going to shut the chat down. And at 5 o'clock when we start, no one else is going to be able to come in, because I'm watching people's names come in on the screen and it's distracting. Okay. So anyways, what I want you to understand is that when I go over the first part of this tonight, it's not to explain it to you and then you have to do it all by yourself. I was talking to Derica about this earlier. We're going to figure this thing out together, and we're going to take trades together. The trades that I'm taking, or the trades that I get in, or one of the other people on the team that get good, we want you to be able to watch it live. We want you to learn as you earn. Okay. So some of you guys that are on here, you came in on the $9.99. You do not have access to everything that we see, and we allow you to come in at that price to see what it is that we're about. Okay. Within 7 days, you are going to have to make a decision if you're going to upgrade and come all the way in with this project, or if you're going to decide that, right now, that's not, this is not for you. But I will tell you that the benefit that you'll see tonight from this will completely change your life. Okay. So every person that has a $99 account, you can click on, and I want you to walk through this with me. I want you to click on, and when you get on these trainings, listen, if you went to university, I'll tell you, when you get on these trainings, I want you to have your laptop. Okay. And if you don't have a laptop, try your best to do it with a phone. And I want you to be able to follow along with what it is that we're doing. The first thing that you want to do is click on the micro profit system. Okay. Now, if you came in on the $99 pack, you don't have the $9.99 pack, you don't have access to everything that we have access to. That's okay. Okay. Because we're going to give you time to, really get a feel for everything and go from there. All right. Keep your microphones muted. Let me make sure I mute everyone and I can keep going. All right. So, the first part that everyone, if you're completely new to cryptocurrency, I want you to put it in the comments. If you're completely new to cryptocurrency, you have no idea what's going on, you don't have an exchange, you have no idea what's going on. If you're that person, put it in the comments. Okay. What's going to be exciting for you, okay, is that starting tomorrow, we are going to, no. If you're new, you don't have an exchange, you have no idea about cryptocurrency. If you have no idea about cryptocurrency, then I want you to put it in the comments, okay? That means you don't have an exchange, you haven't gotten on the Getting Started training with Rosalind Aderica, you are brand new, okay? If you are brand new to cryptocurrency, that's who I'm talking to, okay? So you don't know what a Bitcoin is, you don't know anything about anything we're talking about. That means that you're new, okay? Which is incredible. First of all, congratulations that you decided to figure it out and to step into the world of cryptocurrency. So tomorrow, guys, you need to get on the first Getting Started training, okay? And that first Getting Started training, we're going to take you over the first 7 things that are important before you step into the cryptocurrency market. I'm not going over that tonight because a lot of people have already been a part of this and they know what's going on. But for you, if you're new, what's exciting is if you have an account, I want you to take it upon yourself to go over the free training in the back office under the micro profit system. Okay. So by the time you get on training tomorrow with us, you should know about buying your first Bitcoin, how to send and receive crypto. You just want to be educated. Don't try to understand all the details, but at least know what a Bitcoin is. Okay. And we're going to have a training for that every single day, and I'll tell the time of that later on. Okay. For the people who are you kind of know what it is, the reason why I encourage you to go through the core training, because once, for me, for instance, I have almost 200 and something $1,000 on one exchange. For someone to have enough confidence to sit that type of money onto an exchange, it's because I'm very confident about cryptocurrency. So I know a lot about it, where I know it's a real thing and I trust it. Okay. In order for you to get to that point and for us to get you to, a 6-figure portfolio, remember, as I mentioned, numbers like 6 figures and 7 figures, I want you to understand the way you're going to get there is $1, $2, $5, $10, $15, the way crypto booms. So you want to get started in the core training. All my people that have worked with me for over a year, regardless of this business or any business, if you have not went through these core trainings right here, you're not serious. Take the time and go through all these trainings, because what I'm going to talk about tonight, the reason why I'm such a believer in it is because I know all about this. I know about the benefits of cryptocurrency, right? I know about, currencies and how to acquire Bitcoin and block and all this kind of stuff. I know about all of this. And the reason why you want to know about it is really to make you a believer of it. Okay. And so now what I'm going to do is jump into the money making part. I know that's everyone's favorite part. However, I will tell you, the people who make the most money in cryptocurrency still are aware of what's going on. Okay. But what we're going to do tonight is we're going to get into the first part of how you make money, which is the micro profit system. Okay. And in the micro profit system, guys, it's so incredible what you'll be able to figure out on your own. All right. When it comes to profiting with the micro profit system, let me explain to you there are thousands of cryptocurrencies. To make it very simple for you, okay, when you buy a crypto coin, where do you buy a crypto coin? And again, if you're not familiar with anything with cryptocurrency, you're going to have to start from square one. Okay. But if you sign up in this opportunity, you should have an exchange coming already. I know a lot of you guys are in on the 999 pack, which is fine. We're going to prep you, try to follow along the best you can. But I promise you, anything that sounds complicated, it's not. Okay. So, real quick, let's jump into a money making part. Okay. There is some things that I want to tell you when it comes to reading charts. And the reason why I want you to write this down is because I believe that charts can be overwhelming. When I first started to try to learn this kind of stuff, guys, I could have promised you there was no way on God's green earth that anyone was going to simplify this to me on a level that I felt that I could understand it. Okay. So when you look at these charts, your first goal, if you want to be successful when it comes to trading, is to be able to only see what you need to see. Okay. You only want to see what you need to see. When you only see what you need to see, it's going to make it way easier for you. Okay. The first thing that you need to be able to see is the blue lines. Okay. The blue lines. For me, when people would first show me these charts, seeing the green and the red and the blue, and people try to get fancy with angles and all, I'm like, no. Okay. So what I did was I simplified it to the simplest form so that I can completely understand it. Right now, I want you to get really good at only seeing the blue lines. I don't want you to see nothing else. I want you to see the blue lines. See if you cannot get distracted by the green and the red and you only see blue. If you only see the blue lines, put it in the comments. If the chart looks way simpler to you now because you only see the blue lines, I want you to put it in the comments. Don't look at the green, don't look at the red. If you try to look at too much, it's too much and you're going to be like, "You know what, Tanisha, I wanted to work with you, but this is absolutely too much for me." That's how I felt. Okay? Then I said, "Okay, I only see blue." That's the first thing. Take notes. You want to remember that when you start to set up to be a good trader. I only see blue right now. Okay. The second thing that I want you to understand is that these green and red lines, what happens sometimes when people are trying to learn trades, the words that they use are too confusing. Okay. And when the words are confusing, a confused mind does what? Absolutely nothing. Okay. So how did I simplify this for myself? I told you I'm going to train you as if you're my mother. I'm going to make it as simple as possible when it comes to this kind of stuff. And when my mom says she got it, then I know that I broke it down clear enough. Okay. The red and the green lines, I call them green and red people. Okay. The red and the green lines, the red and the green. So if you were hear a professional trader talk, they call these candlesticks. Okay. That's what they call them, professional traders. Candlesticks. If the candlesticks go to yeah, okay. I don't know what you're talking about. The red and the green people. Okay. Somebody put that in the comments. The red and the green people. Okay. That's all you need to see is your blue lines and red and green people in the blue lines. That's all you need to see. If you can see that and it sounds simple for you, then put it in the comments. Red and green people and your blue lines. If you can see the red and the green people, the blue lines, then you are setting yourself up to be able to be successful. I want you to understand in 2022, don't get overwhelmed. Okay. We're going to be with you every step of the way. Everyone learns different. Sometimes you need to hear something a different way. Do not get overwhelmed. I want you to stick to it because I promise you, I'm going to break it down as elementary as possible to make it extremely clear for you. So right now, you should be able to read blue lines and red and green people. Okay. Remember, if you ever pay attention to any professional traders, they would call the blue lines, write this down. They would call the blue lines Bollinger Bands. Okay. They would call the red and the green candlesticks. So when you even go through this training after you finish with me, you're going to hear him say, set your Bollinger Bands. When you hear Bollinger Bands, that simply means blue lines. Okay. When you hear someone say something about candlesticks, that just simply means the red and the green people. Is that simple enough for you guys? Okay. I want you to understand that. Okay. So now, let's talk about a simple strategy that it takes to make money. And then we're going to go live and check it out ourselves. And what's going to be really cool, do not get overwhelmed. I'm telling you, don't get, I got you. Okay. Don't get overwhelmed. It's not a rush, right? People join stuff and want to get rich quick. It's not a rush that you start making a lot of money. For some people, it may take them 60 days to really understand it. For some people, you'll get it tonight. I hope that the way I simplify it, that you get it tonight. Okay. So now let's look at this. Okay. And it's more stuff that get added. Like when I show you how I made the $5,500 for today, more stuff get added. However, here's the basics. Okay. Because now how I can see a chart, I promise you 2 weeks ago, girl, if you had to show me that, I would say absolutely not. I'm going to continue to sell. Okay. I don't know if y'all saw my Facebook status earlier today. I saw from somebody when you said, when you try to figure something out and it's so overwhelming, you say, so what did y'all say? Take baking soda and do what to it? My mom is probably on here, so that's probably not funny to her, but it's funny to me. Okay. So now let's talk about it. All right. So now, with your blue lines, AKA Bollinger Bands, okay, Bollinger Bands, we don't need to be fancy, not here. I'm gonna make sure it's just simple, okay? Your Bollinger Bands, when you look at it, by the way, when you talk about Wall Street and you talk about all these things, the way they decide what stocks to get in and what they should purchase and how they're gonna make money, this is the core, okay? This is the core. Blue lines, red and green people. Blue lines, red and green people, okay? So now, in the blue lines and the red and green people, there's something that you're looking for with the blue lines. And the thing about it is, some people can't see this chart without seeing everything. So you'll miss the core foundation of what you're looking for. You're simply looking on the chart, and we're going to do it together. So don't get overwhelmed and don't drift off, right? I used to drift off in class. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I'm going to circle C, do C, B, C, D until I figure it out. Hopefully I get a 60% or above and you pass me in this class, all right? Don't drift off, okay? Because this is actually going to make you money. This is very, very important, okay? So you want to see the blue lines, okay? You're looking for a squeeze. This is called a squeeze. Write this down. A squeeze is simply anytime the lines are parallel to each other. You'll be able, and then, the person who created the system, when he said, once you see this, you'll always see it. Okay. Once you see it, you'll always see it. I am simply looking for a squeeze, a bubble. Does everyone see the bubble? Let's make this be a learning experience. All right. Let's let this be a learning experience. How many of you guys see the squeeze and you see a bubble? I want to say this, and I'm going to keep stressing this to you. Do not get overwhelmed. When you don't understand something, it is okay. I didn't understand either. So don't tap out because you don't understand. If you don't understand it, you just got to get coached. And we're going to be here. We're going to do this with you every single day. Okay. So you see a squeeze and you see a bubble. Anytime the two lines decide to bubble out, you went from a squeeze to a bubble. Okay. If you see the squeeze in the bubble, you say that you've seen it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you over to a real chart. Okay. I'm going to take you over to a real chart and I want to see if you see it again. Do not get overwhelmed. I'm going to say that 1,000 times. Guys, when I used to see charts like this, I would be like, absolutely heck no, I cannot do this at all. It's too much, right? I promise you, if I could learn it, you can learn it. My mom is on here. My kindergarten teacher used to tell her that I had dyslexia, the way that I would read things. My mom told her the blood of Jesus, my child don't have it, but I don't know. Sometimes I was seeing stuff backwards, okay? But in the name of Jesus, I don't have it. So anyways, my point of saying that, okay, is to tell you that I understand that this can look like a lot. Okay, so let's go. We got to start it off. You can't skip. The thing about it with me too, I was laughing with Derica about this, is that I see the squeeze in the bubble. So now show me how to make $1 million. Is anybody else like that? Yes, I see the squeeze in the bubble. So how can I make the money? Like, cool. I'm ready to go trade. I see the squeeze. But guys, sometimes you got to slow down and make sure that you understand it. I have a horrible migraine right now because I've been on the computer all day to learn faster than everyone so that we can keep going and growing. Okay. So now let's see. All right. If you see this, when you get on the $99 pack, as we start going through the training and you want to make money, you'll understand why this $99 a month that you pay is the best $90 you'll ever pay. First of all, there's thousands of crypto coins. So what this is going to help me do, this is going to help me see about what type of percentage that I can make, okay? What type of percentage that I can make when I get into this trade and I see a squeeze and a bubble. And we're going to move forward, but let's pull up a chart real quick and let's see if you see it, okay? I'm going to pull up this one right here, okay? I'm going to pull this chart up right here. Give me 1 second. Don't worry, it's not going to look like this. Let me zoom this in some. Give me 1 second. Okay. So I'm going to close. And you know what's so funny? I was just on a training with Derica. I can actually read all of this now. And if I can do it, anybody can. So I'm going to break it down to you on the simple level that I understand it, and you're going to be good to go. Okay. So let me turn this off and we're going to see for a second if you see the squeeze in the bubble. Okay. Someone's on my Zoom. That's really weird every time that happens, but let's go ahead and pull this out to the 5-minute chart. Okay. And what we're looking for is squeezes and bubbles. Okay. Squeezes and bubbles. When you see a squeeze in the bubble, you are in a good position. I want you to look at my screen real quick. Okay. Now, when I just showed you the squeeze on the website, you saw a bigger squeeze, right? But if I zoom this out, you can see it perfectly. Okay. Does anyone see a squeeze in the bubble on here right now? Everyone see it, right? Say yes, this is university, all right? The person who's gonna make the most money in 2022 is because you decide to get on class every single day. If you see a squeeze right here, put it in the comments. If you see a squeeze right here, put it in the comments. Perfect, okay? Now, here's the next thing that you have to understand. After the squeeze, you see the bubble, correct? Guys, let me show you something that excites me about this. Even though we're going to learn it, this system really does a lot of shortcuts for you. And let me explain to you why. I can go on Trade Finder, and on Trade Finder, look at this. This already got it set up where the coin is at the moment. This coin is in a squeeze. By the way, we're the only person who have this type of system. This already has a squeeze. This is in a dip. We're going to talk about that. But let's pull this up and look at this squeeze real quick, because then when you see this, you'll be able to see squeezes easier. You'll start to see the squeeze as it's forming. Okay. That's the first skill that you want to be able to see. You want to be able to see this, the squeezes as they are forming. So let me change this back. Okay. Oh, we see where the squeeze is. Does everyone see the squeeze? Yes or no? Okay. Now, what's the trick? I don't have to be an expert. If I'm paying $99 a month, all I do is go into the Trade Finder. That's right in my back office right here. Trade Finder. I pull it up. I'm looking for some trades to start looking at these charts. By the way, you want to start doing it. Okay. This is in a squeeze. This is in a squeeze. As a matter of fact, I can click on alerts, squeeze, and it's going to pull up all the trades that are in a squeeze at the moment. Okay, so this is pretty cool. So when we get off of the training, you want to pay attention to that. So we saw the squeeze. After we seen the squeeze, what did we see? We see let me see, which one is it? Okay, let me see if you see the squeeze on this one real quick. Okay, give me a second. And so what you want to practice tonight, okay, what you want to practice tonight is seeing the squeeze perfectly. I'm going to take you further, but I'm telling you something. Don't say, okay, I paid my $99. Show me how to make $1 million. It don't work like that. It took me 2 weeks, but I'm in there. Okay. So you see the squeeze here, correct? But now let me get you a little better on seeing squeezes. Does anyone see this squeeze? Do you see this squeeze as well? And why this is a squeeze? Well, whenever a bubble forms, okay, the only way a new bubble can form is there must have been a squeeze somewhere. Does everyone see that? Yes or no? I want you to understand, engage with me, guys. Engage with me. This is to help you learn a skill that can really help you. If you see the squeeze again, put it in the comments. Okay. If you're confused, put it in the comments. Okay. So remember this. Here's a secret to seeing the squeezes, although you can just use the trade finder. Whenever any other bubble forms, it had to come out of a squeeze. Bubbles don't form without a squeeze. Does everyone get that? Yes or no? So now, after you see the squeeze, let's go back over here and then we're going to be set up. Now you're looking for a squeeze in the bubble with the blue lines, and then you're simply looking for the red and the green people to do something. Okay. And again, you're going to hear me say it a lot. Do not get overwhelmed. I promise to God, 2 weeks ago, I couldn't talk as confident as I am, but I am doing pretty well. Okay. So then after you see a squeeze, there's 3 things that you're looking for. You're looking for the red and the, let's just say that the blue lines is a pool, a swimming pool. You're looking for the green and the red people to get out the pool. If you start, whenever you start seeing people get, so here's how you make money. You make money when people jump in the pool, but you come into the trade with them in the pool. You come into it. These people in the squeeze are all swimming. Okay. As it starts to bubble, you know that there's ability for you to make money when the red and the green people, all right, start getting out the pool. Can anybody see the red and the green people starting to get out the pool? Yes or no? They said, look, it's hot. We're going to go get something to eat. We'll be back. Cool. You need a certain amount of people to get out of the pool before you can make money. Okay. When you see 3 groups of people getting out the swimming pool, you're about to set yourself up to make a micro profit. Okay. So if you look here, look at this. A group of people got out the pool. A group of people got out the pool right there. A group of people got out the pool. Once a group of people get out the pool, you're ready to take a trade. Now, this is the most simplest way to explain it. There's other indicators that's going to make you an even better trader, but the point first is for you to see the people getting out the pool. Now, when it says you're ready to take a trade, I'm going to say, you're ready to jump in the pool. You're ready, and they are too. Because if you look here, when you jump in the pool and they do, that's when you can start to make money. So if you look right here, the people about to jump, everyone that came out the pool are about to get back in. Okay. Am I making this very clear for you? Okay. I understand how overwhelming this can be, but I promise you, when I finish with you, you might be trading my money for me. Okay. So these people got out the pool. You need them to get out the pool in bunches of 3. This group got out. This group got out. This group got out. Great. I'm ready to jump in with them now. On the 3rd dip, on the 3rd group of people getting out the pool, you're ready to take a trade. Now watch this. What you're going to see now, whenever you're starting to make money, look guys, whenever you're starting to make money, it's simply because people are jumping back in. When they jump in, that means your profits are going up. Does everyone understand what I'm saying? So you see right here, all the people that got out the pool are getting back in the pool. When they get in the pool, you're setting yourself up to make money. If you got that part, say amen. Okay. So I can understand if I'm breaking this down closely to you. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take the offering at the end. I'm gonna give you the Cash App, and we're gonna be set up for success. Okay. I might even allow you to send the tithes and the offering over here too. Okay. So now let's look at what are we looking for? Because when you get this part, it's gonna be super systematic for you. What I'm looking for, okay, what I'm looking for is people starting to jump in the pool. If they start to jump into the pool, then I know that I'm set up for success. Now, look, I don't want you to be like me. Let me explain to you what I do, okay? Hey, y'all, when I first started, I wanted to make money so bad, I would make myself see certain things. I'm like, nah, did they get out? Yeah, they got out. No, if you do that, then you're not being smart, okay? If you gotta make it that they're getting out the pool, they still in the pool. Okay. You have to clearly see that the people are still swimming. So now I want you to look at this real quick. Okay. So I want you to look at this, right? So here's it. Does anybody see a squeeze right here anywhere? Huh? Do you see a squeeze? I want you to get really good at seeing a squeeze. And listen, don't be afraid to say yes or no, because even if you make a mistake, it's perfect. Okay, because we're just learning right here. Okay, and because we're experts now, how do you know that you see a squeeze? How do you know that you see a squeeze? Because you got to be able to justify your answer for something. How do you know that you see a squeeze? Put it in the comments, right? How do you, the blue lines are parallel, but I like, you see, I want y'all to understand how everyone learns different, right? Michelle said because another bubble is forming. Whichever way you see that, that's correct. Everyone learns different. Another bubble is forming or the lines are parallel, okay? When the lines are parallel, then what are you waiting for? Okay. When the lines are parallel, what are you waiting for? Put it in the comments. And you should engage in this messenger because that's what's going to make it easier for you to be able to be successful. If you got on this training late, you may be a little bit confused. It'll be better for you to jump off or just pay attention and go back and rewatch the training. Okay. Now, what are you waiting for once you see the squeeze, guys? All right. Let's see. Thank you. Okay. Angie answered it the right way. Okay. Pay attention because if you're going to build a big business like what I'm doing right now as well, you're going to have to explain this on an elementary level. It's easier to say, I'm waiting for 3 groups of people to get out the pool. I know some of you guys been on the training. You understand squeeze, bubble, dip, dip, dip. I'm looking for three groups of people to get out the pool, period. Okay. If you want to be a good recruiter like me, you have to explain things elementary. Okay. Everyone learns different, but everyone can learn on the elementary level. So now I need 3 people to get out the pool. Now let's see what's wrong with this. Okay. Pay attention so you can become an expert. All right. I need 3 groups of people to get out the pool. Where here goes a squeeze. This is what I was doing, right? On this right here, a lot of people got out the pool, but how can I determine if this was 3 groups or not? That's what's confusing, right? Because this is one big chunk of people, right? So what you can do, okay, let me see if this is going to do, if this was right at where I was. Give me 1 second. Okay. What you can do, all right, is that I'm on what time is this? December 5th, 14:15. Give me 1 second. I'm going to tell you where it is. Okay, let's go back over here to December 5th. December 5th, 14:14. Give me 1 second. So what's cool about this, when you're confused, you can check the different time frames to see what it looked like at that time. Okay. So on December 5th, 14:14, which is right about here, it's somewhere in here. Okay. If you look, here goes the squeeze. Look, when you change that to just look and see, there goes the squeeze. Do I see 3 groups of people getting out the pool? Well, you actually do. I'm going to take this off, but there's a secret to finding this easier. But in the 1 minute, 3 groups of people, whenever you see a cluster of people getting out, then if you change the chart to 1 minute, you can see what it looks like and if it was really 3 groups of people or not. So if you look here, 1 group got out, 2 groups got out, 3 groups got out. Does everyone see that? Yes or no? Okay. If you don't see it, then tell me you don't see it. It's okay. If you don't see it, tell me you don't see it. All right. Because you can't make a trade. Okay. So this part we're excited about learning in 2022. On the 1 minute chart, I see, all right, that 3 people got out the pool, which is pretty incredible. I would take you to a next step, but I don't want to overwhelm you, but I'm going to show you something real quick. Okay. And you're going to learn this, especially when you're on the, okay. So Latanya says she don't see the 3 groups. Look, Latanya is right here. Okay. I'm about to show you real quick. Here go a squeeze. Look at this. If you see a red and a green, it's a group. Okay. So here goes some red. There goes some green. That's 1 group of people, red and green. Here goes some red. Here goes some green. Okay. Here goes some red. Here goes some green. A nice chunk. That's 2 groups. It go back into the pool. And then there goes some red and there's some green. That's the 3rd dip right there. Okay. Does everyone see that? Yes or no? Does everyone see it? So the third group of people can only be 1 color. No, the 3rd group of people need to be 2 colors. Okay. So let me explain this to you and you'll understand this as well. Okay. When you see red on this chart, this is real time. These are reading currencies in real time. Red people are trying to crash the coin. Okay. So for instance, they're trying to make the value of the coin go down. If the red people win, you'll lose money. Okay. That's going the simplest way to do it. So what you want to see in your 1, 2, 3, you want to see a fight. You want to see a group of green people fighting to make sure that the coin goes up. Red people mean that the coin is going down. Green people mean that the coin is going up. Is that simplified enough for you? Put it in the comments, okay? Red people mean that they're trying to crash the coin. Green people mean that they're trying to make the coin worth something, okay? Let me say this. You only make money if people are swimming in the pool. The red people are trying to get everyone out the pool, right? And the green people are pulling the red people back in. That's why you see red, green, red, green. They're like, no, let's get out. No, let's go back in. No, let's get out. It got to be a fight. If it's a fight, it'll be a good trade. Okay. They have to fight to get back into the pool. Remember, the pool is the blue lines. If you remember your blue lines, you'll understand everything. Okay. So when you see a fight, all right, when you see a fight, it's good. You need 3 different groups of fights going on. 3 different groups of fight with red and green people. I would not consider a dip to be only red people fighting, because if only red people are fighting in the dip, if you watch it for a long time, you're going to see, I'll show you an example. Let me see if I can find one real quick. Let me see if I can find one where you'll see where that happens. Okay. Okay. Here's an example right here. And I want to see if you can see it like I see it, but let's just pull this up so you can see. Okay. Look at this is not outside. Okay, here goes a perfect example right here. So you'll start seeing this on the charts when you start learning. Okay. Y'all see this squeeze, right? Does anybody see this squeeze right here? Say yes in the comments if you see the squeeze. Okay. Say yes in the comments if you see the squeeze. If you were late to the training, this may sound like a lot, but it's really not. I'm breaking it down. Okay. Let me tell you why this is what's wrong here. Remember, the red people are trying to get people out of the pool. Whenever you see a whole bunch of red people, you would never take any of these trades because no one's fighting to keep people swimming. When a group of red people are trying to get everyone out, that's bad. So you see how this just keeps going down. There's no fight. Don't even pay it no attention. There's no fight. Okay. So now you see 3 little people came in. Okay. 3 little people came in. This is kind of weak here. Okay. So you would have to see at least 3 groups of green people coming in before it would be worth the trade to come in. So I want you just to understand that so that it's clear for you. Okay. So look at this here. Okay. So this is how people lose money. And that's why you want to look at if someone, and this is not a setup, a perfect setup, but look, the Matic coin here is $2. And the Matic coin here, I'll tell you right now. Give me 1 second. Okay. The Matic coin here is $2.04. Okay. So what most people do when they buy cryptocurrency, they like, oh, it's up 20%. I put money in. No, you need to come on this chart to see first if it makes sense. People would buy this at 204 because on the daily charts, like you see us post on Facebook that a coin is up 20 or 30%, you don't know if this coin looks like this or not. Okay. So then what do you want to see? Okay. You see this rate, it's a fight. They're saying, no, we're about to make you lose all of your money. Then you don't want to play there at all. Okay. Because this coin went from 204 all the way down to $1.99 because there's no green people fighting. Okay. So, and here's the thing. You want to learn this because even though you see green here, the problem is if you came in at 204, if you buy right here, you're still in the negative because it's only up to 202 and you came in at 205. So that's why the blue lines and 3 groups of people, and there's other systems to trade. You want to start off with this one before you get more advanced. Okay. So anyways, guys, back on where was I at? Is this the 5-minute chart? Okay. Am I on 5 minutes or 1 minute? Okay. I'm on 1 minute. Okay. So just real quick. So you see this, you see the 3 groups of people out the pool. Now watch how incredible this is. And this is what micro profiting is. Okay. So at the bottom, let me do it again so you can see. So you would get in this trade about here. And don't worry, because I'm going to show you other indicators that's going to make it easier for you to know exactly when to get in the trade. Okay, exactly when to get a trade. And I'm sorry, you would get in right here. Okay, so now watch this. All right, I'm putting the stick here where that dotted line is. That's going to tell me what price I would get in. So I would get in this coin at 208, right? Now, what am I waiting for? All right. And I'm going to show that to you, but I'm telling you that right there, there's a profit of 2.78% on that, them putting people back in the pool. Okay. You want to see when they get in the pool for them to swim back to the orange line. Do you want me to show you something real quick? It's kind of the advanced training, but one thing that people get stuck on is, well, then how do I know when to come out? All right. Well, first of all, you wouldn't trade on a minute. I'm just using this as an example for you. Okay. You always want to trade on 5 minutes, but I want to show you this real quick. Okay. I want you to get good at seeing this too. All right. Let's look for that perfect squeeze and 1, 2, 3. All right. Let me see if I can find one. Here is a squeeze right here. There's a squeeze. Now watch this new indicator. You learn it slow. Who's overwhelmed yet? If you're overwhelmed at some point already, put it in the comments. If you're overwhelmed. If you're overwhelmed, put it in the comments. Okay. If you're overwhelmed, put it in the comments. Okay. You're overwhelmed. Okay. If you're overwhelmed, it's because you either came in late or you're not focusing. You got to focus. Don't get overwhelmed. This ain't a get rich quick thing. This is a skill that can make you hundreds of thousands of dollars. You got to pay attention. Don't be anxious to understand it. Just listen to me speak. Okay. Just listen to me speak. All right. Great. So here goes the squeeze. All right. Here goes and here's another thing. Remember, I just told you, you can put this on 1 minute to see what type of fight this is. But let's just assume, and then we're going to do it live too. But let's just assume, I'm going to pull this out so we can see what's going on here. Okay. There goes the squeeze. All right. There go the squeeze right here. We got a group of people kind of out right here. That's 1. Got a group of people out right here, 2. We got a group of people out right here, 3. Great. Let's see the percentage of increase, right? If you were to buy there and you were to sell it, you would have made 6%. These bars represent 5 minutes. Okay. So you would have made 6% in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. In 30 minutes, you would have made 6% of whatever you went in on that trade. Now, I'm going to take you to one step in the advanced training, and it's in the advanced training, but it really helped me understand how to understand it a little better. And I want you to see this too, okay? And you're going to see it in the RSI trader, but just listen to what in the RSI training, but just listen to what I am showing you, okay? Just watch this. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't get overwhelmed. These charts freaked me out. Don't get overwhelmed, okay? This makes it even easier. Let me explain to you why. When you put in and you're going to go through the back office, don't get overwhelmed. Just understand what I'm saying. If you're overwhelmed, I'm going to help you. When this squeezed, okay, when this squeezed, the RSI rider, what that's telling you, okay, in the simplest forms, when these lines are above the RSI trader, that means it's a lot of people in the pool already. Okay. If they're already in the pool, you're not going to make any money because you need them to get out the pool and then you'll get paid if they jump back in. So when you looking at this chart, like, okay, what's going on? This is how people trade. So what they're going to do is they're going to look at the RSI trader. This is saying a lot of people, and let's go right here. Okay, this is where the dip is. Okay, and so we saw 1, 2, 3, the dip. And so how do I know what's going on? Well, look down here. This line is representing a dip. Whenever this purple line right here, whenever this purple line is below this dotted line, this is a good time for people to start, for you to take a trade. If you've seen, don't forget the squeeze and the bubble. If you've seen 3 groups of people getting out the pool, if 3 groups of people got out the pool, and when you look out at your RSI rider, if you see that they're out the pool, how do I know they're out the pool? Well, look, they're outside of the lines. Okay. They're outside of the lines. Or even if you look here, they're way outside of the lines, even when it's just touching Okay. Even when it's just touching on these dips, if you look, it's still touching. It's still that they're getting out. You can tell. So this chart, you would be like, well, how do I know if they're getting out? Well, go look up here. How do I know if it's a good trade to take? Go look down here. Okay. So you get in the trade here. Okay. I showed you how that would be 6%. Yeah, but how would I know to get out of it at 6%? Let me explain something to you. The middle of this line here, which is this orange line, which is the average line. Let me say it like this. Um, whenever you see on this chart, whenever you see that people are in the middle, that means a lot of people are starting to get in. Okay. A lot of people are starting to get in. When a lot of people start to get in, you can assume that soon a lot of people are going to get out. Okay. So whenever you start seeing people moving up to the average, okay, that means that a lot of people are starting to get in. So what does that mean? That means you got to be careful. You have to be careful, and you should take your profit from where you are at that moment. Soon as this went above the middle line here, I'm about to cash out. I'm done. It might go further, but it doesn't matter. I made 6% profit. I want to get out. Well, how do I see that on this chart? If you look, this candle is touching the orange line again. It's time to get out. Now, I'm going to explain to you down the road how you can know if you should stay in or not. But the beginning of this is for you to take micro profit. Okay, 6% is not micro profit, but even if it was a 1 to 2% profit, then that is an incredible profit to make. All right. So, how do I know when to get out? Well, when you see this bad boy start rising up to the middle, go and cash out wherever you are. Because if it's in the middle, it's good. How do I know if I should get into a trade? Okay, look at this, guys. Look at this right here. Here goes a squeeze. Watch this. Here's a squeeze. Let me zoom it in for you so you can see. Okay. And this purple chart really helped me. It's in the advanced training, but it really helped me to see a little clearer. Here goes the squeeze right here. Okay. I need 3 groups of people to get out the pool. This must be a really good profit to take because not only do I see the squeeze, all right, 1, 2, 3, I see it down here too. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So it's the third dip. This may be good for me to get in. Well, how do I know when to get out? Okay. On the 5-minute chart, you see this thing and you don't have to be like, oh, let me get out. It's about to crash because you're on a 5-minute chart. You have time. I'm going to show you how to even place the order and you don't have to watch the chart. When you know what your price point is, it'll cash it out for you. Okay. So let's look and see what the profit would be on that trade. You see, you're getting in down here at the tip. This is the tip. This is the tip. So what am I getting in on? Let's see what your profit would be. We're at the bottom. We go up to the top. Let me move this out the way. Hold on one second. Okay. You're right here at the bottom. Give me 1 second. Where did my thing go? Okay. All right. It removed itself, but that's okay. Okay. So you get in right here. You are at another 5% profit. So let me explain something to you. All right. Go look at this one. Look, you're going to get real good at it. Okay. Look right here. Here goes another squeeze. You can see for a second that they matched each other, right? For a second, they matched each other, but then you see it starts to bubble out and it's going up. Okay. So on this, look at this right here. You want me to show you something pretty cool? If you look right now, okay, so I got a question for you. On the purple lines that I just showed you below, what is it going to look like on the chart when these candles look like, when these green people look like this? Well, let's pull it up and see. Indicator, okay, RSI, let's type it in, RSI, put the relative regular strength index or relative strength index. Where is, because this profit right here is crazy. I'm going to tell you how much money it is, okay? This is a 20% profit, okay? A 20% profit. How would I know what's happening? How would I know? Okay. How would I get into a trade like that? Well, and this is when you get advanced. Okay. If you look here, this right here is below the average. There's another chart that you could look at, but we're not going to do that today. It's going to be too much. Okay. This right here is below the average line. It's below the average line, right? If you look, I'm about to pull one more. If when I finish this training, you done went through almost all the things. I'm going to pull up one more graph to tell me what is happening here. Are the people jumping in the pool? Like what's really happening so that I could make this type of profit? Well, watch this. Okay. And after you finish this, we're gonna stop because I don't want to overwhelm you. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the MACD. Okay. When I pull up the MACD, look at this. Okay. Right here, we seen that this started to go up. Okay. Right here, it's about right here. Okay. We saw that it's an uptrend. That's great. It's an uptrend. But how would I know that it's an uptrend? Look at how crazy this is, guys. Look here. Okay. And you're going to have to study this on your own, but let me see if I can make it bigger for you. Okay. If you look right here, okay, whenever the lines right here, the blue and the red lines, whenever these lines are not touching each other, that means that this is still going up, right? Watch the similarity. It would be hard to know if this is going up on the RSI because it's just bouncing around. It would be hard to know here because it's easy to read it because now that it's finished, but I'm actually in the trade, I know what's happening. Well, look right here, okay? If the blue line and the red line are open, that means it's on an uptrend. The only way I would know if this is about to close is if I catch it and it crosses. Whenever the lines cross, it's changing. Okay. So if you get in a trade on green, are you getting overwhelmed yet? Let me know. Arnell, you good? You good? You keep okay. So whenever you see a cross, it's about to change. But if you get into a trade and you want to know, well, how much, and don't be greedy when you first start. Okay. Get your 1 to 2, 3%. But if I was to get into this trade, okay, if I was to get into this trade, the lines crossed, great. That means that this is changing from people getting out the pool and they're about to get back in. When they get in, as long as the lines are not touching each other, that means that the money is going up. Well, let's look at it. Okay. The line touched right here. Okay. The line touched right here. So it's this candle right here. So let's see what time that is or how much that is. The lines touched at $1.79. If you look at the red and the blue lines, it's open. So it's on an uptrend. Everyone's jumping in the pool because they're not touching. There's no fighting going on. But it's cool because I just jumped in the pool with them. So I'm going to make money as long as people keep jumping in the pool. How do I know if they're jumping in the pool? Because the blue and the red lines don't touch. The percentage of profit you would have made here is 19%. Okay, so you would say, well, how do I come out of it? Okay, well, how do I know when to come out of it? Well, if you look here, this is indicating this is about to be over. And the red people, the red people are about to win. How do I know if the freaking red people? Well, it crossed. Whenever the lines cross, it's changing. So get out. But honestly, you should have gotten out how do you know when to really get out? Not just to wait for the cross. These lines are way above the average. Anytime you sit in a trade and you see that these lines are above the average, it's on you because I didn't see coins drop 10 cents. Okay. But whenever you see it rise above the line, get out. So for instance, you still would have made, if you didn't ride the profit all the way out, you still would have made 12%. You still would have made 12%. If you wrote it out, you could make 20%. The problem is, okay, when you see those lines go up like that, you don't know when they're going to drop. Now, those lines were far apart from each other. The closer that they get is a sign that the red people are coming in and about to take over the trade. Does everyone understand what I'm saying? Yes or no? Let me explain something to you. Okay. Let me explain something to you. If I could tell you anything, you can't afford to not understand. So what you might have to do is you might have to take the training and watch this video 6 times. This ain't your regular opportunity where you paid $99 and you're going to get rich quick. That's not how we doing this because it's a skill. Guys, I made $5,500 today. 5,500 from all that I just showed you. I'm like, oh shoot, I feel y'all might as well send me to Wall Street. I really know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm about to take out some equity out my house at this point and try to get 30,000 a trade, Derica. Okay, so my point of saying that, I have been looking at this for 2 weeks because it's like riding a bicycle. I want to know, like, I kind of understand it's okay. I told myself I had a revelation with myself, a realization with myself. Because when I first started, I'm like, come on, like, all right, squeeze bubble 1, 2, 3. Like, I'm in the trade, I'm making up bubbles. Like, yep, that's a bubble. I'm like, Stanisha, okay, girlfriend, you're gonna have to at some point calm down, okay? And you're gonna have to really have a legit skill set. And now that I'm calm, it's crazy how it's working for me. Why should this be exciting for you? Because then once you get the skill set, and I don't care if you're making dollar profits starting off, I want you to get good at seeing the things first. I want you to see, I want you to go through the TradeView account and I want you to just see the squeeze and the bubble and the 1, 2, 3. Now, what's funny is when you go through your CoinZoom, your iCoin account, okay, you're going to see those 3 different methods that I just trained you on. Those are in the advanced training. Okay. And I think that I've simplified it for you to kind of understand what those charts do too. This is what we're not going to do. Okay. What we're not going to do is guess. Okay. We're not going to guess and we're not going to rush ourselves. We don't need to. You don't have to rush. Okay. You don't have to rush. I don't care if it takes you a month to understand it. It's fine. I don't care if it takes you a month. Learn the skill. It's so worth it, guys. And then what's going to start to happen is you're going to be able to make your profits. And then once you see that you're good on a $5 trade, that's what excites me about it. And I'm going to show you it's in the back office. So what's going to be good about the live trainings is that by the time you get on the training with me or whoever's training, you should already be aware so it's not foreign language to you when you get on because the training is in the back office. I'm not the one doing the training. iCoin Pro is doing that training. What I'm going to do is after you've went through that training, and not just me, but the leaders too, what I'm going to do is after you went through that training, I'm going to make sure you understand it and it's clear for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes or no? Okay. So it's not a matter of leaving you alone. We're going to do this every day. You're not going to guess. And today I wanted us to actually take a real trade together, but this is what's going to happen. Okay. This is the vision and this is how we're doing it. And a lot of you guys that are on the $9.99 package, okay, at some point you're going to have to upgrade because after 7 days you won't have access to this. Guys, if you go and look anywhere in the industry, the things that we're going to do and show you, he could easily sell it for 10 grand. Especially you have to think about people who have a lot of money to play with. They're finding out ways to make their year's salary, okay, in 2 months or 3 months. So I'm sure you could make yours. Okay. Even if it took you 6 to 12 months to have the capital for it, it's fine. So you got to identify what season you're in. Are you in the season where you need to learn? Don't be anxious. We're not bringing anxious in 2022. And I tell you one thing, I lost $20,000 being anxious. We're not anxious. It's okay. I've never rode a bike before. I need to learn how to ride the bike. I want to understand because now it's so funny. I was talking to somebody. I say, there is no way you can convince me that I would have been able to look at all 3 groups of them lines on that page. 2 weeks ago, the way that looked to me, I was 100% convinced that I was just going to sail the rest of my life. Okay. And that was never going to be an option because it was too much. Right? Especially me. See, I don't get the privilege really of just focusing on myself because I have to make sure it makes sense for a group of people. Whenever I do something, if I can't teach it to 1,000 people, I can't do it. Right? And so what you want to understand is the secrets to being successful with this, you can't be anxious. Oh, I don't listen. When I first started, that's why systems are so important. When I first started, there wasn't a system for me. So I would get on a computer like today is the day I'm going to understand it. And I would be like, absolutely not. But when I just slowed down, I wasn't anxious. I learned the system. I understood the lines. Everything changed for me. Everything changed. Shoot, I bought this necklace trading $20,000 with no problem for from a trade profit. Hey, what y'all will do if I start posting that on my social media? I bought a Rolls Royce yesterday from trading. That's what internet marketers do, right? Um, so, anyways, I say that to say, I know one thing, don't be anxious. Okay. Don't be anxious. I'm joking for new people on here. Okay. Don't be anxious. You're going to go back through this training. You're going to watch the training. You know what else you're going to do? You're going to pause the darn training and you're going to go back and say, I don't understand that part, because it's nothing wrong with that. You don't understand. Heck, I didn't understand. I graduated with a 2.0, 3 points for free. It was really a 1.7. A lot of people on here are way smarter than me when it comes to academics. Okay. So I say that to say everyone has a different learning style. Okay. Everyone has a different learning style. You're going to watch the training, you're going to pause it, you're going to go onto your chart, look and see if you see that. And some of you guys that are new, you don't even have a chart yet set up. Okay. You don't have a chart yet set up. And that's why you have to get on the getting started training. There's no reason why you can't keep up with what we're doing. I've seen how traders train and I don't like it, because if I can't learn it, it's not, if your trainings can't be broken down for like a preschooler to understand it, it's not a good training. Okay. It's not a good training at all. So I want you to learn this. I want you to keep this video in your arsenal, and I want you to get really comfortable at this part. But I want to show you something. Okay. In your back office, for the people that are on the $99 pack, in your back office, okay, let me pull it up real quick. Where is it at? Okay. In your back office, if you click on micro profit system, okay, when you click on that, what I trained on is here. And what'll be really cool is you can see now what I trained you on those other lines, you're already in the advanced training. Okay. So your first goal is to really master this. Okay. To really master this. I'll tell you something. You won't be doing yourself any justice if you don't sit, pause, press play, and learn this. Okay. So for the rest of the week, what you're going to see, I'm not going to train you on what I trained you on today. You're going to watch live sessions. Okay. And in live sessions together. And so for my people that like, man, I hope that I can really do this. Well, we're going to take trades together. Okay. But it's no point for you to just sit and watch and you don't have no idea what's going on. So that's why behind the scenes, and when you have the training, you want to get on that. But tomorrow night, we're going to take trades together. So I'm not going to be going over what I went over. So you need this video and you need to keep press and play on the video. Okay. You want to keep press and play on the video so that when we go in a trade and I say, all right, the green people are winning, and it won't just be me. It'll be some of my business partners as well. And you'll be able to take, so don't get overwhelmed. You can go in some of the trades that we go in. Does that sound good? Okay. And that's why all the people that do take advantage of really learning this, you can really help a lot of people, because we don't want anybody left behind. For some people, they may feel, I don't see how I could do this by myself. Well, don't worry about it, because you're going to be live with us every day as well. And when we're about to get in the trade, we're going to call out an alert for you. Okay. A lot of times at about 4 o'clock in the morning, it's the best alerts. If you're not on the $99 package, you won't get the alerts. Okay. You can't expect to take from where you don't have any seed invested. For the people that are inviting people to this opportunity that completely changed your life, hopefully you even took a picture of this Zoom. What the reason why you will see, and for people who don't want to recruit, you don't have to. I promise you, you don't. Okay. We're not going to ask you to recruit. You don't have to. But there are some that want to build a network marketing business and they want to put people on game of cryptocurrency. Let me tell you the value of doing that with this opportunity, because that's where your cash flow is going to come from so that you can trade. Does that make sense to you guys? That's where your cash flow is going to come from. So if you work it and you're like, man, I wish I could put 1,000 or 2, 3,000 in. Well, you got multiple ways to do that by you doing cryptocurrency with a friend. So this is how it go, right? I'm gonna give you, I think I recruited like 15 people today. Okay. Let me tell you how you and I don't want to take away from the value of what we just trained on. And I'm going to stop this because the pre-recording, I don't want